you archaeologists. I'm the Johnstruct. Welcome to the proximity. I'm having a Final Fantasy 14 patch 4.2 Rise of a New Sun adventure. Hello, brother. I'm going to put these snakes away. I don't have any snakes. I have snails. I'm going to put the snails away as well. All the animals that I have control of, which is just the one. But it was there in spirit in the comment. I, of course, have this ambition of completing all the Final Fantasy games. Even the weird side games probably don't count. Apart from like the 11th one, or possibly Crystal Chronicles. Pretty sure some of these games will be impossible or headache to stream. I'll see how I feel about them when I get to those particular games, I guess. So, I don't know if I've told you this story. So, there was this pandemic, I don't know if you remember. And I decided, I mean, I'd played Final Fantasy 14 a couple of times, but I've never really got that far. Like, I think the first time I got to level 30, I think because Luke wanted me to play. That was way back in the day. Luke doesn't even consider himself a Final Fantasy 14 player. And I think I got to like level 40, and I didn't even finish the main quest. But during the pandemic, I heard they were going to take out, like, levels. They were going to streamline the start of this game, the first 60 levels. And I was like, you know what? What I'll do is I'll create another account on my PlayStation 5, and I'll do the free trial. And I'll play, like, because I got to play with Simon because he was logged in, and so he'd be on his PlayStation, and we'd talk. This is before I started streaming. And so every day after work or whatever, I'd go on the exercise machine and I'd play this game. I leveled every single character to 60 because the way this game works is you don't have multiple characters. You have like right now I am a bard, which obviously starts as an archer. But you the person are all the classes. So if I change my clothing, ooh, I've got better gear. If I change my gear, I can be a samurai, I can be a dancer, I can be a red mage. So I leveled that character all the way to the top level, which I think at the time was 50. And then I leveled up all the little side things like cooking and stuff like that as well. And I was like, you know what? I've got many hours of this game. I'll pay for a month. I'll buy the game. And a week after I bought the game, literally a week, not exaggerating, not like, oh, actually a couple of months. No, a fucking week. They announce, oh, by the way, we're making the free zone level 60 and above. It's gonna, and you get the first expansion for free. And I'm like, well, can I go back on that, please? No, you can't. But like, I didn't know a week ago you can't. So fuck them. So what I've done is at some point I decided, I had this ambition of playing all the Final Fantasy games, even up in the wide side of the with the whoop. I'm gonna have to play Final Fantasy 14 eventually, and then I get an email saying, "Oh yeah, you've not been on for a while. You get 4 free days of Final Fantasy." Now, the first thing I did was I started a new account. So I could actually use all the free time. Did I? Yes, I didn't make a new account because I couldn't have. That's the whole point. I wasn't going to start a third fucking. But I did get robbed. So I decided I was only going to play this game. It's the point. When they give me the free days. So right now I have 4 free days. I've managed to get to... I'm just going to log out of the game a minute. Which is kind of a foolish thing to do. I managed to do the original Realm Reborn. You know what? These are cool cutscenes, but they will take a while, so I'm not going to do that. Which is 6 levels, all of Heaven's, and Realm Reborn. The way this game works is there are patches. So you get after Realm Reborn, there's a story. So this, hang on, no, not that. Rise of a New Sun is one of the patches. So there's Realm Reborn, and then there's 5 different stories that come out on like 3-month increments or something. And they add like 4 hours worth of content. So I've done Realm Reborn, I've done those 5 patches that add dungeons and stuff. I've finished the entire of Heaven's Sword, and I've done the 5 patches. I've done the entire of Stormblood. I'm on the 2nd patch. So, and you might be thinking of the maths. You might be thinking, how is that 4.2? Surely that's 3.2. You can't play 1.0. Realm Reborn. The original Final Fantasy XIV did so poorly, they deleted it, made it again, and you can't play the original Final Fantasy XIV. You have to start with Realm Reborn. And it's in the plot. Like, they nuked it. And, like, everyone has amnesia. It's actually kind of interesting. Anyway, Stormblood's probably the worst one. We'll go back to that. It is kind of a shame. So I'm going to put that. So this story, hang on. You're in Stormblood by now. This is Naya Valkyrian. I am a bunny. There's a meme on Reddit. It's not about the bunnies. It's about the cat women, but it's the same meme where you know, in The Hobbit, where no, not in The Hobbit, in Lord of the Rings, right at the very, very start, where The Hobbit, where Bilbo Baggins says, I've been good, I should keep it. Well, you know, why shouldn't I keep it? It's mine. And he's looking at the ring, and no, he has to give it away. But, like, instead of a hobbit, it's one of the little folk from this game, and it's like, I've been good. Why can't I be a cat girl? As a treat. But I did that as a bunny. The bun, I got the bun from that. This is VRR added till Shadowbringers. The thing you missed is this, not this patch, but the last patch. When Final Fantasy Tactics, they've added Ivalice, and it's a weird combination of modern day. It's a weird combination of Final Fantasy XII Ivalice and Game Boy Tactics Ivalice. So I just, like, Begammon's just died again. And I keep doing dungeons, and it's all the summon bosses from Final Fantasy XII. And you might be thinking, oh, it's cool, they remade... No, they didn't remake shit. They've just plucked the bosses, the models from Final Fantasy XII, and just put them in this game. This game has... I love fucking love seeing Begammon again. I'm really sad that he's dead. But yeah, it's a kind of a shame that he missed it. I wish there was World of Warcraft. What it does have has little buttons that you can check out the dungeons, and you can look up, just remind yourself of all the people you fought and stuff, and it's really cool. And I kind of wish you could do that in this, so I could be like, oh yeah, and I fought that guy, and I fought this guy. Because what's really funny is let's open up these previous ones. So one of the dungeons, which I'll find in the dungeon list of the original game, is, where is it? Is it in Heaven's Sword? What? One of them. Oh, fuck, I can't find it. Somewhere about. So this game keeps remixing old bits from other games, and fair enough, it's their company. It's really weird seeing, like, PlayStation 3 assets next to PlayStation 5 assets. The cheekiest thing is the Scorpion tank from Final Fantasy VII Remake is in this game, coloured blue. And, like, seeing that next to, like, monsters from Final Fantasy 12, I don't think I've seen any Final Fantasy 10 stuff. I've seen, like, the Clockwork robots from Final Fantasy 13. Like, there's loads of brand new assets as well. It's just really weird that they just use old assets. So, the plot of Deltascape 1 are you fighting Final Fantasy... Deltascape is full of... Oh, it is... John, how do you... I'm in a rush, there's only 4 days and I'm explaining stuff. in Final Fantasy V you fight Omega, right? It's Final Fantasy V invents Omega weapon as the weapon. Final Fantasy VI has Ultima, but Ultima's a monster, and then later on Ultima becomes a weapon. So it's like a combination of V's version of Omega and 6, and of course they put Omega and Ultima in loads of future games. So in this game, Omega and Shinryu, which is a dragon from Final Fantasy V, have this big fight, but it has like it has a dimension inside, the interdimensional rift, which is the final dungeon of Final Fantasy V, and in it you have to fight essentially the final bosses of Final Fantasy V. They do it with Final Fantasy III as well. One of the earlier raids is the bosses from fucking, you spent so much time in Alexander, Christ. It's way back. It's back around we were born. Yeah, Circus Tower. Labyrinth, the Ancient, Circus Tower, World of Darkness are all bosses from Final Fantasy III. It's pretty cool, actually. I like how being able to see like new versions of the old bosses. I'm kind of surprised they haven't considered just remaking the old games with the assets from this game. Do it backwards. Like, just make a simple turn-based game. Do a Persona 3. Which I appreciate. Persona 3 is probably not. The remake is probably not that cheap to make, but you know what I mean. It's cheaper than Final Fantasy fucking 7 Rebirth. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a particular dungeon to make my point. And I can't fucking find it. It's one of the earlier ones, surely. So these containment bays are like free. Yeah, Sephiroth is there, the Fiend, but they're actually free characters from Final Fantasy VI. It's all neat. It's all very neat. Where is it though? Where's the thing I'm looking for? Not a guild test. It's just a normal dungeon. Like even these first three dungeons are actually remakes of Final Fantasy 1. I should be... There it is! Pharos Sirius. The point I was making, Pharos Sirius is an early dungeon in this game, and it's a lighthouse in the sea. And then, when you're doing the Evil East story, they're like, well, there's a lighthouse in the sea, and you're like, well, you've already done Pharos Sirius, how are you going to do that again? And they just had to give it a different name. They were like, no, it's actually now called... what are you talking about? It's now the Ridorina Lighthouse. And that was... Yeah, there we go. Bagamnon. He turned into... Oh, yeah! Bagamnon turned into fucking the super boss to Final Fantasy XII, which I've never fought. Because it's really difficult to get to the super boss of Final Fantasy XII. And it's the same... It's the actual model. Yazamat. And I was well happy with that. I've never been able to fight Yazamat. Because Christ, getting to Yazamat... It's a lot of work. Anyway, let's stop talking, and I don't know if I need to do these quests, but hey, that hurt. You didn't have to give it everything you had in the fight, you know, when I went for the change. I do have to play Final Fantasy 12, but it's been really, really cool because I fought the fire boss in this game, the water boss in this game. There's the ice boss. Which is like a guy with a woman hanging off her, because you fight him and sometimes the woman escapes and you can fight him properly. Like there's proper animations and stuff. So they've had to adjust them slightly. You didn't have to give it everything you had in the fight, you know. Only went for the change, so I wasn't going to slow it down that much. Suppose you didn't know it was all for show. Probably didn't intimidating. Right, you were asking about the collective, weren't you? See, Genbu's the oldest of us, oldest in the Far East. I think one of us, the Four Lords. As you can imagine, he's much more powerful than regular old auspices like me. You probably knew that already. I don't actually know if I'm doing this quest. Judging from the way you and the woman is groping, I'm guessing you're not from around here. Don't know how it is in your homeland, but here the animal manages to survive 100 years, begins to get ideas, delusions of grandeur, somewhat small power, sure, but nothing much to speak of. Survive 10 times that. Become a fully fledged auspice, though. Speech magics, it's quite the change, believe me. Which is why we called it the change. Well, I never said it was something clever. I know point is don't get our appearances. Fool you, I could kill you 5 times before you hit the ground. But I won't, on account of me being civil now. friend of mine, Tommaso, goes in once called this place home, possessed of the Nine Tails. A power far eclipsed my own. Yeah, I fucking bet if she had the power of the Nine Tails. But one day she left to live among man. What became of her? I wonder what that's the kitsune. I know what a kitsune is. Kimbo! Oh, those are the 4, of course, yeah. Hang on. Are you supposed to be a fucking white line? What happened there? I hurt the turret. I have a greater understanding of who we are. I should tell you the rather my thorny predicament we now face. Divinity, we auspices manifest in myriad ways. For example, I possess clairvoyance. I knew you were going to come down here. And my preternatural power of the vision of the ruby sea of the Yangsha of Yingashi, subsumed by roaring flames. This is no distant future, I fear, and if we are to avert it, we must needs enlist the assistance of the exemplary warrior, one such as she who faced the Lord of the Revel and lived. What should we do? What should we do? Fear not, little one, for I have a plan, but to understand it... How are you, by the way? You must first understand the duality which lies at the heart of we auspices. The, Aramitama, Primal Rage, the Enigmatama, the Boundless Calm, these elemental forces comprise the soul of an auspice. Those are 2 creatures from Persona. They are little symbols. And it is only when they are in balance that we are truly ourselves. Alas, over the great spans of time, or when caught in the midst of tumultuous events, I wish I could show you. I could just redo a dungeon, you'd see. But fuck doing those dungeons again. The queues are well long. Yeah, he is just good. He was a giant turtle, I fought him earlier. Again, I really wish this game had a button that just could show you the dungeon bosses. Just a model viewer. I really don't understand why it doesn't have that. That seems like a really simple... There's so many creatures in this game, and they're all like taken from other games and references from other games. If they want people to pay to play. I mean, I don't, but still. Soul may be divided. Auspice, overcome by Aratama's wild, feral thing. All the more dangerous for their divinity, calamity, and catastrophe invariably follow. Tremors and floods which destroy men's work. Auspices may bring about natural disasters. How frightening. Perhaps you must remember these auspices who delight in aiding people's land. Auspices who may have even wreaked havoc in the past. Recall the tale of Tenzin and the Four Lords. The one Soroban told us before. Samurai and the auspices who drove the Oni from this island into the sea. Just so, yet I fear his accounting of events is not quite accurate, for it was not Oni, we, and Tenzin can't start from this place, but an auspice. I fought Catastrophe earlier. Today, I think. Auspice from the power to move heaven and earth. Kuryu. I learned today that Ida from Final Fantasy X was actually designed by the guy who did Kingdom Hearts, and he designed it in Final Fantasy 6 and 7, and then she never got used until 8. Consumed by the arrow Matama, he soaked the flames in this island's heart until it's very nearly erupted in fiery maelstrom. Tenzin led us in battle against the mad brother. Together we sealed him in this temple. I should know about that big rock, because it turns up in lots of Japanese games. But as the truth of the tale fades from my memory, so too do our wards weaken. I fear should Koryu break free, he may well finish what he began, ensure my vision of the flames comes to pass. Presumably that means it's Shinto. So long story short, you want I have to give this Koryu for when he wakes up? Okay. I should think not his accomplishment, whatever. Notwithstanding, it would be foolish for any mortal to face Koryu without proper assistance, to wit, that of the Four Lords. Regrettably, I'm not the young Auspice I once was, and to make matters worse, my 3 peers nearly succumbed to Arimitama. Kami Fafend, fear the Four Lords have gone mad, the Ruby Sea is doomed. I know there's a white tiger, and I can't remember. I think it's a crane, a turtle, a tiger. The Four Lords are in loads of things. They're like an old Japanese story. Nearly succumbed, and are in Warcraft as well. Alas, in marshalling their strength to retain control, they are unable to commit their powers to the preservation of the wards holding Koryu in his prison. Now you have my full and complete understanding of the situation. We may at last discuss your part in all this, warrior. Would have you and your comrades face mine in battle to quell the raging Aramatama. What say you? If I don't get to kill them, well, that is very well, if that is the only way. I'm gonna hit you with my bow. Oh ho ho! You are an intriguing one, aren't you? We are grateful for your assistance. Let's book no further delay and introduce you to another of the four lords. Byakko, that's the white tiger. Okay, of your arrival. When you first entered our domain, he should be returning any moment now. Come, come! Well, they probably look like a kitten. Okay, there he is. Told you it was a white tiger. My nose. Old friend, the day of reckoning draws nigh. If wards will fail, I'm kind of surprised they're not in one piece. The courier will break free. Before he does, you must quell the raging arrow of Matama in your soul. This warrior will help, no doubt, for her strength. For she has danced with Susano himself. Bold, audacious claim. Pikambu believes is true. The more I look at you, the more I see. Similar presence, perchance a light. Very well, I will bow to my brother's judgment. Yeah. Wonderful, then without further ado, I bid my comrade relax and surrender to the area of Matama. What? Here now? Won't he go on a murderous rampage? Well, yes, but that's rather the point. He will be reduced to a feral beast. And then it will be naive. It's turn to battle with my brother and help him quell the fury within. If all it takes to quell the Aryan Bataria is battle, why don't you do the same for Koryu? Why seal him away? Because it was too... I don't know if I'm supposed to read this or not. He was wholly consumed by the Aryan Bataria. He was forever lost to us. If it expend to hold back the fury, I will use instead of safeguard the calm. It is then you must act. But if you fail, it will only hasten my fall. My soul is in your keeping. Oh, I should say, this is... sometimes I have this on 0 for days, but tomorrow is day 1. I'm back on my good behaviour. And I'm quite confident. Right now, I'm quite confident on the day that I don't have to do the good behaviour. Happy bunny. I'm gonna have to paint this fucking house, though. And let us quit this place, because they've plastered all my walls, which I should have realised I would require painting. But anyway, I don't have to deal with people being in my house, which is quite stressful. I don't like it, obviously. People may not mind chaos, but if I'm to wedge in my everything, I prefer not to do the stand of my birth. Okay, I don't think I have to do this dungeon now, whatever this is. You return to the island and look for Fury. He will guide you back here. Given the circumstances, perhaps it's best we stay here. Would that be acceptable? Okay. I'm going to skip through some of this. I wanted to get through to a lot of it before 4 days ran out, and I did the tiny turtle just insult me. Okay. What is this? Why am I down here? What's going on? However. Okay, Byakko is there. I'm assuming this is... Okay, I'm gonna look this up because I might want to just leave it. Google Final Fantasy XIV questline An Auspicious Encounter.
Here's what I found.
Okay, but I want the entire questline. God damn it. Okay, there's a better page for this, so I'm just... Okay, Well, you know what? Auspicious encounter is 4.2, so I should do it. Basically, I'm trying to only do the quests that are in the patch. I guess I should go there. Okay. Buddhas. They recently announced that you're going to be able to play PC games on the PlayStation VR, which Luke was happy about. I'm still a little bit grumpy they've not released Final Fantasy. Resident Evil, was it 8 or 7? For PC, because I'm in VR, because I want to play that one in VR, and I'm not buying a PlayStation 1. Ooh, Miqo'te. I'll be playing Alex soon on VR. I will say my VR is pretty gross, but I'm not throwing it away. Here we are now. My earliest memories are not pleasant. From birth I was shunned by man and beast alike, from my snow white fur marked me as harbinger of doom. Cast out and hunted, I struggled to survive, but I endured, grew older and wiser, and one day I resolved to protect this place and those I call home. In spite of everything, it was mine as well. In time, they came to see me as guardian instead of demon, and yet, for all I've done to rise above beasts within, I may fall to madness, become the sum of their fears. Yeah, but it's like, I can clean it generally, the spiders and all that, but like, it's become kind of gross in a way that's not going to be very easily clean. A faith you will not fall. Like, all the glue is worn off. Such confidence from one so young, but as age... Because I don't have Quest, I've got the original Oculus. But as aging of itself does not confirm wisdom, nor does youth go hand in hand with hubris. That is true, Biako. Yeah, but I don't want to pay money. I warn you, for centuries, my arrow and baton have grown and fested, hold nothing back, for I will not. Warrior, time's come for you and yours to make ready, make the kami to do the good things with stuff, which is good. That's definitely what that tiger said. Don't look back and check. Oh. Google Jade Stower.
I found this on the web.
You know what? Not sure why I thought that would work. Patch. Yes, I would like you to search. No, it's from 4.2. Cool. This was not on the page. You should get a quest. It's probably better than what I've got right now. There we go. Before we do that, we're going to speak with Sid. Damn it. not even been that long. I'm gonna have to put a bell on my cup of tea. What would that do? I'm gonna have to put an alarm on my cup of tea. So this is the music from Final Fantasy VI. Like Final Fantasy VI. I know you can get one that plugs in the USB. Why am I here? Quests complete. I mean, I guess I needed to do that quest, but it's not what I was planning on doing. Maybe I should just get a thermometer, figure out the temperature I like, and then I can just use the thermometer. I just go completely the wrong way. Yeah, science! Bitch! I didn't want to say it, and then it was weird that I left it. And then it was weird that I said it. It was a lose-lose-lose situation. Their cup of tea hasn't gone cold. So this is what I mean. They keep this little fellow is from Chocobo's Dungeon and Chocobo Racing, and they're like, yeah, we have the asset. Put him in the game somehow. Explain him. Oh my god, my Chocobo went down there. Really, when you ask me the word. I did. Into the yawn we go. And with you mortals, long the scant wisdom I can provide. He didn't always have a uniform. Guess he made him a uniform. He was a big dragon, I defeated him. He doesn't wisecrack either. Well, the rift seems much as it did before. We appear to be mercifully solid. So, it is my contention that Final Fantasy V is subtly one of the more, like, it's one of the least famous ones. Everyone always, whenever you ask people their favourites, they go back to 6, not 5. But 5 is, like, subtly a part of more games than you'd think it would be. So Final Fantasy 3, Final Fantasy 1 has Warriors of Light, which is the thing that's like consistent in loads of them. Final Fantasy 3 is essentially a soft reboot of that, but it has the Warriors of Darkness as well. And it has, more importantly, the Void, which is not light and not darkness. It's a separate thing. And Final Fantasy V says, oh, by the way, the Void is like a thing you can travel through to get to other dimensions. So now every single Final Fantasy that has interdimensional travel, which is eventually all of them, is using a Final Fantasy V concept. because it's why Gilgamesh turns up and everything, because he travels through the void. But in this, the implication is that 1 and 3 exist far in the past, vaguely. Although in this, 5 is apparently a story. And 6 also happened in the past. Like, they're not really compatible, and they have to sort of change the stories, but they use the assets, and they make modeling space in the outputs. Detect something, if I'm not mistaken, there are fewer eggs floating in the ether. Welcome, Alpha Group. Your prompt arrival is appreciated. Omega, it would seem your experiment continued in our absence. Affirmative, progress has been satisfactory. Approximately 50% of test subjects have been eliminated. Each test world hosts an ongoing contest wherein strong eliminate the weak. The process is certain, conclusive, inevitable. Each result matches the predicted outcome. Oh yeah, there are no skeletons in 10. Yeah, there are definitely skeletons in 12. I don't think 7 or 8 has... No, 8 definitely does have skeletons. What am I talking about? Because it has a giant skeleton beast that you can wipe with one shot. But yeah, I do remember it feeling weird, Bone Men being in 12. Every result except yours. These images cause you distress. Please examine them closely. Without suitable stimulation, you may not exceed your calculated probability of success. Your survival is crucial to my study. Through you, I must continue to explore the contradiction I have discovered in your otherwise impotent kind. The ability to triumph against overwhelming odds is one I must acquire. So Final Fantasy 60, Omega Weapon turns up in Final Fantasy 16 as the first DLC as well. Foolish machine, what hast thou to show for all the years that have passed since the culmination of our war? Naught save thy continued existence. Hast thou not no thought for what has befallen thy home star? Oh yeah, his name is from Final Fantasy 7 because it's Midgazolem. But the dragons are from Final Fantasy 6, I think. Are they 6 or no? They're 4. Your attempts to provoke me will not succeed. I will follow my programming, fight, win, evolve, then I will return to... Error. Accurate. Oh! I'm wrong. Right at the start of Final Fantasy 10, there was like a 4-legged spider thing. That's in this game. Accurate rendering a planetary label impossible. Current mode of communication, terminating exchange and returning to priority experiment. Xiphus, yes. That model is in this game, I'm pretty sure. Alterations to equipment parameters detected. Calculating projected combat capabilities complete. I will now commence recording your practical performance. Well, it's probably reskinned. It's one of them. Proceed, Alpha Group. Overcome the obstacles in your path and reach the end of the course constructed for you. It seems we have our orders. Shall we cut a path through this chaff, then? Where do you get cards from? Those are some nice cards, which means, one moment, card, game, play. You mean to play a part of the proceedings this time? Is that how he fucking communicates? Is he the car from Transformers? Of course that's what you meant. Well, why are we doing the bloody, the joke from South Park? I can't even remember what episode it's from. It's taking the piss out of Jeff Goldblum, where it just goes, boats. On boats there's a person on the boat, a captain, with a hat. Hats are also worn by dogs. Dogs have fur. Of course, we have to go to the stadium. We have the authorization. It's Independence Day joke, I think. Based in the area of the rift. I suppose there's nothing to stop you from joining us. Welcome aboard, Alpha. Presumably Nemesis, if they're going to put Yazumat in this game, presumably Nemesis turns up at some point. And is it Nemesis and Penance? Oh, that's why, because there's a little mini dungeon first. Yay! These are from Final Fantasy VI. I've seen them before, they're in another dungeon. But yes, the interdimensional rift. What it is a black dome appears above all the towns in Final Fantasy V, and then when you could do the final dungeon, the dungeon comprises bits of the towns and then a crystal place. It's kind of cheap, but also they used exactly the same idea in Kingdom Hearts, the first one. Not only that, but the library from Kingdom Hearts is also from Final Fantasy V. I mean, arguably, they take from all the games, the early ones. But I just like thinking about it. Like the train graveyard from 7. No, here's a Final Fantasy. No, that's not Final Fantasy 12. That's new. It reminded me of the creatures from 12, the candle ones. But I'm not the same. And I'm pretty sure they're in this game as well. Bloody good Branth turned up earlier. Oh shit, my yeah, the Talos. Shit. I was worried about that. I'm kind of annoyed I couldn't remember the name of Gabranth. I had to look him up. That's going to be really super loud, isn't it? One second. I'm going to have to do this first. Right, hopefully that's not way too loud. Fortunately for you, I came prepared for the occasion. Ha ha ha! What a perfect opportunity to field test my latest creation. Oh god, this is going to take a little getting used to. So, it took me a while, but I finally found them. They finally exist. are JBL earpods. They are noise cancelling. That is to say, I can't hear like noise in here. But it isn't Bluetooth. It's radio headphones. So it's noise cancel. That's the combination I wanted that didn't exist before. They're not very comfortable though. So you can't have everything. Hold the Mach fucking whatever number that is. Iron Nero. Complete with a new and improved mighty Mjolnir gun hammer. Okay, well, it's really weird to talk with these on. That's gonna be really super distracting. But I guess I'll get over it. Step aside, Garland. Bear witness to the devastation. It's just an Usopp hammer. He's just written the words 100 tons on the side. This guy was one of the... That was quite loud. This guy was one of the bosses. I'm gonna have to get this hammer. Let's get a smooch. Cannot sing this. I'm too popular. Next time I fight, I'll explain my rotation. Wait, has to be at the start of the fight. What a world, what a world. Oh, fucking hell, the quality just dropped down. Oh. Is it just a really loud game? God, it's really difficult to... Hang on, it might be improved by me just moving the microphone to my face. Oh god, this big slappy faces, man. How's that? Has that improved? Okay, I might just have to turn the game down. Is that only just started doing that, or is that like a recent thing? Oh look, it's Dadalama. Dadaluma. Who the fuck is Dadaluma? I'll turn the game down on the thing. Oh. That's really weird. What the hell would have that caused? So did I become quiet or did the game become really loud? Oh. Why would I be quiet? I don't understand. Because, like, I can see my audio mixer and it says I'm really loud on the audio mixer. Hello, Craig. We're just trying to figure out sound issues. And also I'm going to Google Dadaluma. What the hell is Dadaluma? He's from... Oh, he's from Final Fantasy VI. Oh, I know who he is, but of course, yes. Oh, he looks just like him as well. What a weird person to have in here. Okay. I think I just have to turn the... Fighting this guy. Alright. I'm going to turn the game down a tad. 1 second.